Rhea Ripley shared a tease of a non-wrestling project ahead of the upcoming edition of WWE Raw. The Eradicator recently returned after suffering a fractured orbital bone and will be in action next weekend at Survivor Series, War Games 2024. Ripley took to social media today to promote Dark Sports' upcoming clothing line release inspired by Star Wars. The 28-year-old shared an image of herself with a lightsaber today on Instagram and promoted the upcoming release in her post seen below. The former world champion will be competing in the Women's War Games match at Survivor Series this Saturday. Ripley suffered a fractured orbital bone last month and was written off WWE television after an attack by Raquel Rodriguez and Women's World Champion Liv Morgan on NXT. Bill Apter suggests Rhea Ripley was losing her edge before her WWE return. Legendary wrestling journalist Bill Apter recently shared his thoughts on Rhea Ripley's return from injury and suggested that her character had been getting soft on WWE television. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Time Machine podcast, Apter reacted to Ripley's return and claimed that it appeared she had found her killer instinct again. The veteran noted that he thought her character was losing her edge, but admitted that was not the case after seeing Rhea Ripley give Liv Morgan a headbutt upon her return. Apter then predicted that the Eradicators team would win the Women's War Games match at Survivor Series. "I'm glad Rhea Ripley came back because she's more vicious and violent and she's got that killer instinct again. I thought she was getting soft, but when she got in the ring again on Monday Night Raw with the other girls and gave that unexpected headbutt to Liv Morgan." "You're looking for a prediction. Rhea's team's going to win," said Apter. However, Rhea Ripley made a stunning return in the pre-taped episode of Monday Night Raw on November 11th, which aired a week later. A wrestling legend admitted he thought she was losing her edge before her return. On the latest episode of Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Time Machine, host Mac Davis asked the veterans Bill Apter and Teddy Long about the Women's War Games match at Survivor Series. Both of them predicted a win for Rhea Ripley's team. The wrestling legend, Bill Apter, praised the edge that Rhea Ripley returned to Raw with, particularly her headbutt to Women's World Champion Liv Morgan. However, the former Women's World Champion and Damian Priest had a great partnership this past summer that dissolved rather quickly. The former World Heavyweight Champion Damian Priest revealed at the Bad Blood press conference that he was essentially done with his war against the Judgment Day and subsequently, his partnership with Rhea Ripley as well. Just weeks after that, they briefly reunited in Madison Square Garden at UFC 309. It seemed clear that the pairing between Ripley and Priest following SummerSlam would be a short one. While Priest has secured a World Heavyweight Championship rematch against Gunther, Ripley is still seeking revenge against Liv Morgan, with the Judgment Day slightly removed from that picture. However, ahead of the upcoming episode of WWE Raw, Rhea Ripley has teased an exciting development involving her return from injury. After a period of recovery from a fractured orbital bone, Ripley made a surprise appearance on the November 18th episode of Raw, where she joined Bianca Belair, Jade Cargill, and Io Sky to challenge Liv Morgan's team in a Women's War Games match at Survivor Series, War Games 2024. Ripley, still sporting a protective mask, made a dramatic entrance as she shouted "War Games," and immediately became involved in a chaotic brawl, solidifying her team's dominance. This unexpected return has intensified anticipation for the upcoming Survivor Series event, which will feature a high-stakes War Games match. The match setup continues to unfold, with Ripley set to lead her team into what is expected to be a brutal and thrilling showdown at the Rogers Arena in Vancouver on November 30th. Hi lovely viewers, welcome to my channel. I am Lima, hope your day is so well. If you like the video, and subscribe the channel.